Hey everyone, so what if I told you that you could eat the exact same meal, the same food, same calories, same portion sizes, and depending on the order you eat them in, your blood sugar spike could be cut by nearly 30%. No new foods, no calorie counting, no supplements, just the order. This is published research from Cornell Medical College in the journal Diabetes Care. And if you have prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, or you're just trying to keep your blood sugar steady, this might be one of the simplest, most practical things you can start doing today. Hi guys, my name is Dr. Andy Ho. I'm a pharmacist and a diabetes health coach, also a personal trainer. In this video, I'm going to break it down exactly what the science says, why it works, and how you can use this at your next very meal. Let's start with the research because this is where it gets really interesting. In 2015, Dr. Apna Shoka and her team at Cornell Medical took a group of adults with type 2 diabetes and fed them the same meal on 2 separate days. 1 week apart, same meal, same calories, same everything. The meal was cabieta bread, orange juice, grilled chicken breast, and a salad with steamed broccoli. On day 1, they ate the carbs first, the bread and the OJ, and then moved on to the proteins and vegetables. On day 2, they flipped it. Vegetables and protein first, carbs last. When they drew blood and measured glucose level at 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and 120 minutes after eating intervals, here's what happened. When participants ate vegetables and protein first, their blood sugar was 29% lower at 30 minutes and 37% lower at 60 minutes compared to when they ate carbs first. And the overall glucose response over 2 hours, what researchers called the incremental area under the curve, was 73% lower. Let that sink in. Same meal, 73% reduction in overall glucose response just by changing the order. The researchers noted that the effects was comparable to magnitude to some pharmaceutical agent and used specifically to target blood sugar spikes after meals. This is not a small thing. Okay, so the research is clear. Let's talk about why, because understanding the mechanism is what makes this stick. When you eat carbohydrates, your digestive system breaks them down into glucose quickly. That glucose floods into the bloodstream. Your pancreas sees the spike and rushes out insulin to deal with it. For someone with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, that system doesn't work as efficiently, so glucose hangs around longer, peaks higher, and causes more damage over time. Now here's what changes when you eat vegetables and protein first. Reason 1, fiber slows down everything. Vegetables are high in fiber. Fiber physically slows gastric emptying, meaning food moves out of your stomach and into your small intestine more slowly. When carbs eventually arrives, they are moving through a system that's already been primed to absorb them gradually rather than all at once. That glucose curve goes from sharp spikes to a slow, gentle rise. Reason number 2, protein and fat triggers GLP-1. Here's something most people don't know. When proteins and fat hit your digestive tract, your gut releases a hormone called GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide. You may have heard of GLP in the context of medications like Ozempic or Mounjaro or Zepbound, but your body makes its own GLP-1 naturally. And what does it do? It slows gastric emptying, it boosts insulin secretion in glucose-dependent way, and it tells your brain you're full. All of that works in favor of your blood sugar control. Eating vegetables and protein first is essentially a natural way to activate the same pathway that some of the most talked about diabetes medication work on. Reason number 3, insulin efficiency. When glucose enters the bloodstream more slowly and steadily, your pancreas doesn't have to work as hard. Insulin is released in a more measured way, cell responds better, and you avoid that sharp glucose peak followed by a crash. Over time, this reduces the strain on your pancreas, which matters a lot for anyone with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Now that the original study was done in people with type 2 diabetes, but what about prediabetes? Dr. Shoka's team followed up with the second study, this time in adults with prediabetes, and the results were consistent. When participants ate protein and vegetables first, their glucose peak was reduced by 40% compared to eating carbs first. That overall glucose response was nearly 39% lower. The researchers concluded that food order is a novel, simple behavior strategy to reduce blood sugar excursion in prediabetes. If you're sitting somewhere between normal blood sugar and a type 2 diabetes diagnosis, which is about 38% of American adults right now, this is genuinely relevant to you. So let's make this practical because research is only useful if you can actually apply it. The framework is simple: vegetables, proteins, then carbs last. Start your meal with non-starchy vegetables on your plate: salad, broccoli, zucchini, peppers, spinach, whatever you've got. Spend a few minutes eating just those. Then move to your protein: chicken, fish, eggs, tofu, legumes. Eat that next. Then and only then move to your carbs: rice, bread, pasta, potato, fruits. Now, a few things to keep in mind. You don't have to eat in complete isolation. The studies weren't done with people eating one food at a time like you're taking medications. The key is just prioritize what hits your plate first and shift your eating sequence gradually. If you take a few bites of broccoli, then a few bites of chicken, and eventually get to the bread, you're already doing better than the carbs first. This doesn't give carbs a free pass though. Eating a massive bowl of white rice last is still going to spike your blood sugar. Food order is a tool, not a cure. The quality and the quantity of carbs still matters, but combined with choosing lower glycemic carbs and reasonable portion, food order becomes genuinely powerful lever. It works at restaurants too. This is actually one of the easiest places to use it. When your salad or appetizer comes out, eat it fully before the bread basket or the main carb heavy dish. Order protein forward appetizers. Ask for a vegetable as a side and eat those first. Consistency beats perfection every time. You're not going to nail this at every single meal. Life happens, but if you can shift that order even 60 to 70% of the time, you're compounding a meaningful benefit over weeks and months. So I want to zoom out for a second because this research points to something really important. Managing blood sugar doesn't have to mean overhauling your entire life overnight. It doesn't have to mean eliminating every carbs you love or stressing about every bite. Sometimes it's simply behavior change, like eating your vegetable first. That creates measurable, meaningful difference in how your body responds to food. Food order is one of those tools. It costs nothing. It requires no equipment. You can start it at your next meal, anytime. And over time, combined with movement, sleep, stress management, and the right nutrition approach, small habits like this stacks into real compounded results. So if this video was helpful, hit the like button. It genuinely helps the content reach more people who need it. And if you're managing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes and you want a clear step-by-step framework for blood sugar management, check the link in the description. I walk through the 4 pillars I use with every single coaching client: food, movement, sleep, stress, and how to start applying each one so that way you can take your control of your prediabetes or diabetes. I also have a video on the 5 warning signs of prediabetes that most people overlook. I'll link that here because if this topic resonates with you, that one is worth watching. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day.